The benzodiazepine taper I had to go through was an absolute nightmare. I was already in full-blown tolerance withdrawal, so I would do my taper over a period of 15 months, which was very fast. However, the medications were no longer working. At times, you can feel like your whole body is on fire. Even wearing a soft shirt can feel like sandpaper. And I also understand that you can feel like your nerve endings are raw and exposed. I have been exactly where you are now when you're watching this. I have been in the absolute nightmare of never-ending body pain. I do understand the absolute nightmare you can face when you're going through your benzodiazepine taper. I would like to talk with you if you're struggling with nerve pain. I do know how terrifying it is to feel like your own body is attacking you, but I do want to make it clear before I go any further, you are not crazy and you are not in danger. So in this video, I'll explain why this is happening and some things that you can try that may help. I remember during my taper, I was totally detached from everything. I had no idea what was real. And I do remember I would be inside of a body that felt like it was on fire. So I do understand where you may be when you are watching this. And that's why I make these for you, because I know all you see online is negativity and self-pity. But that is not what you need. You need to know that the pain you're struggling with now will not last forever, and you will get through the nightmare that you're facing. So I will explain to you a few little things that may be able to help. First, I'll tell you why this is happening and some things that may help during this very difficult time. And I am living proof that you can claw your way out of the hell that you're facing now, and you can find peace. I do understand that your world right now can feel incredibly small and painful. You can feel so isolated and so alone. I do know where you may be in this moment. I do understand how dark things can get during this time. I truly do. And that is why the vast majority of my initial videos have been about the topic of benzodiazepine withdrawal, because I do understand, despite having lived a very different type of life, I have been exactly where you are now when you're watching this. I have been in the absolute nightmare of never-ending body pain, but I want you to know, again, you will heal. We all do heal from the nightmare of benzodiazepines. However, it takes time and it takes patience and understanding. When I do make these videos, I don't like to use all of the technical terms. However, with nerve pain, there are a few things that you should know that can help you to understand. The burning sensations you may be experiencing right now is caused by a hyperexcitable nervous system. The clinical term is peripheral neuropathy. Benzodiazepines artificially suppress your central nervous system, and now that the medications is leaving your body and your mind are struggling to recalibrate. This causes all of your sensory inputs to be dialed up 1,000-fold. This is happening because your nerves are operating at maximum capacity, because your internal brakes have been temporarily suppressed. And I want to be clear, it's not permanent. Your mind and your body has the phenomenal ability to recover from even the most darkest of places. Everything takes time and patience. Your mind and your body will learn to recalibrate. You will reach homeostasis. Sadly, it takes time, it takes patience, and knowing that you will come through this. I do get it. And that's why I make these for you now, because I want you to know that you're not alone, you're not isolated, you're not permanently damaged. You're watching this video now and everybody else has already swiped away. It's a little bit strange for me. Bright light, telephone. But I am passionate about benzodiazepine recovery. Having lived a very different type of life, I know how bad it can be. I'll tell you some things that you can try and may help. The first thing you can do is to stop obsessively checking for symptoms and pain. Every time you focus on the burning sensations within you, you're reinforcing neural pathways within your mind. That signals danger. Another thing you can try is to wear loose natural fabrics like cotton. This can reduce external triggers within your nerves. Try to go to bed and wake up at the same time. Now, I do understand that sleep can be very difficult to come by. However, a regular sleep cycle can help to regulate your cortisol baseline. Also, eliminate caffeine and other stimulants that can spike your nerve pain. When taking a shower, use lukewarm water to wash, because hot or cold water can shock sensitive nerves and cause a pain flare. I do understand right now the next thing I want to tell you may seem impossible to do. However, you have to stop waiting for the pain to disappear before you start living. If you wait for the perfect day, you will stay trapped. I spent the vast majority of my taper glued to my sofa, unable to move, trapped in a never-ending cycle of fear. And it wasn't until I implemented the things that I speak of in my videos that I would start to see some improvement. And I do truly understand the pain that is in your body and the chaos that is in your mind. It is lying to you. It is telling you that you are broken and that you will never heal. But I know that is not true, because I have been exactly where you are now. And I understand this can sound totally against what you feel like you should do. However, very gentle movement, even when it hurts, even when it's painful, it will send a signal to your mind that you are safe, that you are not in danger. So here are some more things that you may be able to try. Soak your feet in warm water with magnesium flakes for 10 minutes. This can help to calm the electrical firing within your peripheral nerves. Open a window for 1 minute. Let the air hit your face. This will also adjust the pressure within the room. If you can, go outside for a walk. Walking is one of the most beneficial things you can do. One of the things which I did find beneficial was to place a heavy blanket over my legs. This is done to provide a pressure input. This lets your mind know that your body is safe, and it can help to calm the chaos. Another thing you can try is to use the 5 senses grounding technique. This is very simple. You just look around you, name 5 things you can see. This simple technique forces your mind to concentrate on the external instead of focusing solely on the internal pain. I do want to thank you for still watching this video now, because I do want you to heal. I remember in 2021, when I was coming towards the end of my taper, I was detached from everything, and it was still very difficult after that. I want you to know now, I am fully healed. Today, as I'm sitting here now making this video for you, the fire is gone. At 52 years old, my body is stronger now than it was when I was 25. So I do truly understand where you are now. And that is why I'm uploading these videos for you. All you see is negativity online. All you see is self-pity and pain. And that is not what you need. I say this every time. You need structure, routine, and self-care. concentrate on your slow, deep, mindful breathing to get you through the nightmare that you're facing now. I would like it if you could drop me a comment down below, please. If you let me know what type of videos you're interested in, I will always try to make them for you if I am suitably knowledgeable on the topic. I have been studying things relating to mental health and addiction issues for over 20 years, purely in an effort to heal myself. But I make these videos about benzodiazepines for you because that was the most difficult experience of my life. I do have one more course to do, and then I will be a qualified therapist. However, I have come to realize that therapists, psychologists, and doctors are pretty clueless when it comes to the topic of benzodiazepine recovery. And that is why I've made this for you. I am living proof that you can lose everything. You can come through the other side of chaos and you can find peace as long as you never stop, you never give up.